G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Bloodied Bowie knife with 40% faster swing speed and taking 50% less damage whilst blocking. So blade and swing speed are an especially powerful combination in any knife type weapon because you'll be swinging faster than the clappers, which you'll see just a little bit later. Unfortunately, this is not the most powerful blade swing speed thing there is in the game as of this recording because unlike the combat knife, this thing can't actually attach any attachments on via external attachments or by learning them by scrapping non-legendary ones, which is really weird. So you've got the Bowie knife and also the sacrificial blade, which both with the standard blades do more damage than their the combat knife counterpart, which is a very basic weapon, right? It's supposed to be a very basic weapon, but with the ability to actually add that serrated blade to the combat knife, you can actually make it edge out, no pun intended, these other weapons, which is really strange. I don't know why they've done it. You can loot the Bowie knives with serrated blades. They're generally non-legendary, and you'll find them basically just randomly around. There's no place to really farm them, but if you're looking for a little bit more punch out of your non-legendary thing, you can farm some king-based enemies. You might get a serrated one, but good luck attaching those serrated blades onto your legendary ones. So with that little bit of explanation on why this thing isn't as great as you probably might think out of the way, let's go ahead and add our perks. It is a gladiator weapon, so yeah, one-handed melee is gladiator, so we'll chuck all of the gladiator perks on. And we're using the same build as last time, pretty much with ninja and sneak all the way up. Bloody mess serendipity, we're using this in bloodied nerd rage threshold. 94 damage off the bat, so yeah, it's not too bad. We can boost that a lot further. Okay, note Tinkerbell's health bar, we are under Nerd Rage threshold, there it is, and this thing now doing 419 damage, which is very good, especially since we can swing it this fast. It looks faster in first person. And sometimes you can click so fast that even the game can't handle you, but yeah, that's the swing speed on that, very good. To give you an idea of how much the serrated blade actually changes the weapon damage, I've got this sitting at 518 now, and if we go over to my bloodied combat knife, same legendary effects without the blocking damage reduction, 639 damage. That is massive, that's a huge difference, and also the game froze on me. Okay, so there's a random encounter node outside my house. I record in there when I'm showing off the weapon next to my flamingo, and sometimes a noxious sheep squat shows up. I have seen lower leveled, but I'm wondering how this will go along. I don't think I've ever taken on a sheep squatch without the use of a melee weapon before. Fucking hell. And we get an instigating machete out of it. That's not terrible. The Gatling plasma I'll break down for parts, but wow. That was quick, eh? Okay, so here we are outside of the Shrek swamp. That's what the Bowie knife looks like. I'm actually pronouncing it right. So the person who usually gets triggered by me calling it a Bowie knife is probably happy right now. It's a huge knife. It's only the size of a not the forearm bit, but the shoulder to a elbow. That's the length of it. And it doesn't really convey that it's that big in first person because all knives are big in first person because you've got it right up to your face. And to simulate like I have got a blade of the serrated variety, I think I've got a glowing meat steak. So whoops, I'm food building again. Trigger that dislike button. 445 damage before we get started. So let's see how we do with that, shall we? Now, unlike the instigating war drum that I did yesterday, this thing, well, you can swing it around like this and you're not going to kick too much of a stink up. They'll hear something, but they're not going to be dialing into your position immediately, which is huge, which means you can keep this sneak attack crits going and, you know, just keep on slaughtering stuff, which is going to set this apart from the instigating swing speed war drum in terms of damage, because with the war drum, sure, you might get a higher damage per swing, I guess. Obviously not now. This thing is actually hitting for 607. But the ability to always have that 3 times sneak attack critical multiplier at your fingertips mean you're going to easily be out DPSing that thing. So, yeah, this tiny little 0.32, and I've got a martial artist. So, yeah, that's 6.4 weight versus 0.32. Like, there's no contest. This thing absolutely destroys the war drum. And yeah, I get how they're different roles, right? Instigating and swing speed is nowhere near the power of a Bloodied and also swing speed, but the bottom line is that you're able to get so much damage out of something that is, you know, much less weight in your inventory, and the fact, like I said before, you get that access to this 3x sneak attack multiplier basically at will if you've got yourself spec'd right with Escape Artist, and also Sneak at rank 3, Ninja, and yeah, there's all that. So, I don't feel like there's much reason to use the big old things, and just to give you an idea, I'll just start swinging my super sledge around, and just like that, they're right onto me. And yeah, that's the main difference right there. Since this thing synergizes well with stealth, it'll do better with blade and swing speed, because ghouls are kind of mad and scary, and they will fuck you up whenever they get the chance, especially when you've got a rad count like this. So I'm only a few shots away from being completely dead. We are in danger now. Possibly since I aggroed them before, that's just sort of had a chain reaction and they're all around to get me. But hopefully Escape Artist can step in here. Well, it definitely can, just in the nick of time too, as they're rounding the corner, as they flip around and do a moonwalk instead. I guess these were the leftover zombies from Thriller that had a hard time finding work after Michael Jackson kicked the bucket. So a bunch of ghouls are going to be running at me now. I think I might be able to do my best by holding my ground here. And the fact that I can just swing this fast means if I do get swarmed by a few, you know, this wildly swinging in front of me tactic actually kind of works, which is good. Obviously, it's no good when we either miss the target or we get a misfire, I suppose. But we've only got one left now. Nice one, game. That was 1800 too, without a sneak attack critical, which will drop mostly everything. Speaking of mostly everything, let's kill him. 2966, so almost clocking 3k damage on a sneak attack critical, which is very good indeed. Alright, I think we're actually fully done now, and I need to get rid of these radworms or I will die. And I'm kind of pulling my punches right now because I could be doing a lot better. So 641 with my current thing, and if I quickly pull that, chuck on one of those and one of those bad boys. 669, it's got a 69 in it, how funny. Also, I got a bunch of health from that despite pulling a thing that would increase my health. Free healing, sure, I'll take it. Okay, I'm pretty sad that I wasn't exactly recording when this Deathclaw showed up, because he literally teleported in front of my face, but now he's dead. Okay, so again I'm going to attempt to one-shot Swan, but we all know that I can't exactly do it right now because his face is in the water, yet he can still breathe normally. So I'm just going to bring out my two-handed instigating swing speed war drum, whack it through the air, detected, caution. It's like there's a big rocket on there, but there really isn't. It's just that loud, I guess. Not really sure why they've done that. I'm thinking it has to be intentional, because it's not like a server-based bug. Ugh. Okay, that didn't really go as well as I thought it would. Okay, we're back into caution. He hasn't thrown his little rock at us. Well, that didn't really go to plan, but we managed to kill him without taking a hit, which is good enough for me. Let's move on to something else. Alright, so I've just taken a diluted Radex. Hopefully that hasn't gotten rid of Nerd Rage. No, we haven't, but if we do heal ever more, a little bit more than that, then we'll be in trouble. Actually, I'll pinch that cap off you, because I'm still kind of broke, sort of. Not really. I did make a note to farm the day's worth of caps out of the vendors yesterday, so now I'm sitting over 1,000, which is certainly better than being under 1,000. And with Glow Sight, we should be able to easily take out those guys. And we even get a 3-star legendary Mirelurk for our travels. Come here, you little bastard. I'm gonna stab ya. And we get an Assassin's Cryolator with VATS hit chance, because we're really struggling to hit those VATS shots with a Cryolator. Alright, so instead of using the usual Plasma Grenade, I'm going to... Almost got it. There she is. It's so weird that I can summon a Mirelurk Queen by whacking the air with a war drum. It's so dumb. I'm going to start calling it the War Dumb instead. The War Dumb. Yeah, I'm a comedian. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Let's go and kill some other monsters. Oh wow, we've got our work cut out for us today. We've pulled bears at the train yard smash, This is the most interesting spawn I've had in bloody weeks of this place, because bears are strong, and I talk about this all the time when taking on bears. These are more deadly than death claws, and if I get attacked by these things, I'll tell you why. I've explained it multiple times, but bears don't mess around. Make sure you pay bears with the due respect that they deserve, because they will fuck you up if you let them. Luckily enough for me, I can just deal with that. And there's a Colonel Gutsy. He's killing a low-level bear. But these bears, even the mighty ballistic Colonel Gutsy cannot stand up to bears. That's how strong they are. Ooh, stay away from me, mate. That one's at level 16. Oh, okay. So apparently they saw me. You know, they're perceptive too, so sometimes stealth isn't the best tactic against them. You will never find an enemy more strong than a bear in this game. Like, if you put a Scorch Beast on the ground against 2 or 3 bears, the bears will totally win. Easily, super. Like, they would kill the Scorch Beast that quickly, because they just attack so fast, and there's no pausing between their attacks, and their attack radius is so goddamn wide. So, yeah. But with stealth, though, we can manage to take them out. And I think the only reason there why we did get caught out is because they were kind of aggroed by the Gutsy that we saw a little bit back there. And I think the 2 glowing ones spawned from here, which counts for the spawns that usually go in there, because bears are too fat to fit through the front door of that place, which I guess is their glaring weakness. Sometimes they don't fit into spaces, but generally you'll find these guys out wide in the open anyway, so you can't really use that against them all the time. And they can walk through areas like these, so hiding in this place probably isn't all that much. But yeah, even the mighty ballistic Colonel Gutsy, which is one of the strongest robots in the game, I reckon these are more dangerous than sentry bots, can easily be taken out by bears. Easily. Anyways, with that horrible information conveyed, let's move on again. Alright, time to kill some Scorch Beasts. Ninja comes off, Enforcer comes on, and now we just shoot the Scorch Beast and make him drop. Probably shot him a little bit too far out, but if we could lure him a bit closer, that would be advantageous. Okay, he's going to drop over there. That's alright, we'll make up distance in the trenches where they don't have direct line of sight. Hopefully. I'm pretty sure most of the enemy's visuals on you is based on line of sight, because if you're sneaking around the back of someone, they can't see you as well. Unfortunately, he still thinks I'm over there. He's stuck on a rock now, which means it's our time to strike. And easily killed just there. Managed to take a shot from old mate over there, but they're only panic fire in caution, so we'll continue the stabbing against these guys. They're very dead now, and that Scorch Beast is now aggroed to us, so something's annoyed at us. Whatever it was, it's gone now, so whatever. You can tell that I like this weapon a lot more because it works with stealth. I like my sneak multipliers, damn it. A cool little firework display from that particular bat. And we'll go for some power attacks on the noggin, see how well we can do with those. 2200, pretty solid. Now, here's what I'm wondering. I'll take that adhesive, thank you very much. I'm actually wondering whether I can kill a Scorch Beast with a melee weapon without actually going to fly. And I've done this before with a Bloodied swing speed super sledge, but we're not going to get a spawn from here. Typical, right? We've already killed 2 of the bastards. I think we're fine enough, and we might as well just clean up the rest of these morons here. Come here. There you go. Down you go, mate. And stab you, but also miss. I heard the knife make the stabby noise, and I reckon I should have hit that first time. And I also saw a super mutant over here, so he's got to go down. How horribly unobservant are you? Also, if you go in here, I think there's that. That's ballistic weave stuff. You need that to repair your armor. There's your guide for today, kids. Okay, so we're on the inside now, and our health is only at 17 right now, so we're living particularly dangerously right now, but like other things, it's high risk, high reward when it comes to using bloodied weapons like this, so we're going ultimate risk for ultimate reward. The reward really doesn't matter though, because we're going to be one-shotting these super mutants whether at this health or 20% health, but higher numbers are fun, right? Also, I think if you tally together all of the caps that you grab from Super Mutants, you could probably, like, even if you're on the other side of the map and fast travel for here for like 30, 40 caps, you could probably break even with the amount of caps these Super Mutants drop, which is nice. The trouble is, I don't usually loot these guys because I guess I can with a knife because I'm right next to them, but normally I just don't bother looting these guys because I'm just running around madly trying to kill stuff as fast as I can, but we have to kind of slow it down a little bit when it comes to using blade weapons like this, because if we get hosed down by some super mutant with a, let's say, a automatic rifle, well, we're not going to be living very long, provided, you know, that serendipity doesn't get us lucky and all that. 248, we've actually surpassed the level of Winter right now, and I suspect this particular character is going to get a much higher level than Winter because I use so many different weapon types on that, whereas Winter's just got the 2 weapon types, the weapons that you can boost under perception. The automatics and the semi-auto rifles, of course. So that's hang on, there's still someone around here, is there? No, that would be the bloke in here, I think, because I don't think I've cleared out this section yet. He stopped moving, he put his weapons away, we went back into caution, and you'll notice right now how much stealthy this is compared to the war drum. I'm not getting detected just by swinging it through the air, and that just adds so much to its versatility when it comes to actually using it as a stealthy weapon and a bloodied weapon. But I've already been over this multiple times, so I think you know what I'm talking about by now. And also, where is everything? Okay, there's a couple more down there. Make sure you don't go into the Super Mutant Spar Baths because they will give you a very unhealthy dose of radiation. Just poke that doggo in his bum. Alright. I come into this place reverse order, so I'm not really super observant or super knowing of where the enemies will spawn. Okay, I saw we're hitting for 710 on that Super Mutant Overlord, so I don't think we could run around and regular attack these guys and have at least the Super Mutant Warlords and have the same success. We could give it a go, but we'd get shot very, very quickly. I saw him reach for his gun, then stop. That was weird. Also, I think this has been a very bug-free run today, and I'm actually kind of happy about that. I don't think I've seen a single what's it called? A single thing at all. In danger. Bad, bad, bad. I'm going to go in here. Back into caution. And I'm going to take some medics. For more damage resist, because we've probably got less health now, because we've taken a few passive rads here and there. But if we do get shot now, we're going to get that marked down by 25% before we factor in armor. I think that's how it's calculated. That's what it was like back in Fallout 3 and New Vegas, so why would they need to change that? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's one of the very few things in Fallout 76 that isn't broken. Unfortunately, this knife is broken because you can't put a serrated blade on it. They've made some questionable choices when it comes to these type of weapons. And a suppressor's bone club. That's barbaric. These super mutants are ripping off their own parts and then using them as weapons. That's barbaric. These super mutants deserve to die. Anyways, we'll keep on going. And there's one. Managed to get lucky there with serendipity. Any more shooting there and we would have definitely gotten the big killed. And okay, well, that basically confirms my theory that I wasn't able to completely kill a Super Mutant Warlord like that, but, you know, if I had have gotten something like the Serrated Blade, well, would have been much, much better. So, there you have it. That there was a Bloodied swing speed, less damage whilst blocking. I don't think I blocked once during this video. Bowie knife and 706. What a very context-sensitive number. Yeah, it's a really good weapon. A nice cut above. Fuck, that's another pun. No, that's not intended. What I had yesterday, which was one of the worst weapons I've ever used. Yeah, but it's nice to see something really good for once. And I've got no bloody clue what that other super mutant is, but I'm gonna call it here. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Got him. Don't worry.